There are lots of controversies about this ongoing crisis and violence in Manipur. The head of the state, the CM, Shri Biren Singh, also issued some statements in relation to this. Here we are not trying to find the cause of the conflict, nor will we talk about the solution, because we just can't say how it happened or what the solution would be without offending a particular community. First of all, everyone who has any kind of relationship with Manipur will already know the names given to the tribal population by the Chief Minister himself, illegal immigrant. Well, they have been there for centuries, and more than 130 years ago, the Maharaja of Manipur and one tribal ruler, Sumgam Guide, made a truce that there will be an everlasting peace between the Métis and the Zos. This also shows that they have their own territory or kingdom since time immemorial. If this is not definite proof that the tribals were there long before independence, then what proof do the Métis have to call them illegal immigrants? I would like to comment on some of the Chief Minister's statements, as well as how the people reacted in the valley in response to this unrest. Number 1. This is not a clash between two communities, but between some armed groups and the state government or security forces. Since the violence started, there has been cases of arson, destruction of private properties of some communities by the others, and vice versa. Vandalizing and burning of places of worship, which in this case is churches, not one or two, but in hundreds, rape and murder. This raises the question, if the conflict, as Biren claims, was between tribal armed groups and the state government or security forces, what could be said about the burning of tribal villages and churches? Is the CM accusing the state forces of carrying out the activities we mentioned earlier? If he is right, and if we are to go by his statement, we have only one culprit, the Manipur state security forces, unless the tribals are burning their own houses and churches, which I think is irrelevant. And if he wants to deny, what would be the explanation for the presence of police commandos and IRBs among the Métis when tribals are attacked? If you can think this through with an open mind, there is no other way this could be explained. Number 2. Everything is normal, says the CM, when the state is burning and people are dying. Maybe normal means something else for him. If this is normal, imagine what the situation would be if it's not normal. No one, even tribal security personnel on duty and in an army convoy, were not safe. What is normal about that? Number 3. Conflict between armed groups and Manipur government or the Métis radical groups. Then why is the Métis Lipan and the Arambai Dengol looting arms and ammunition and fighting the war for or with the state forces? This is an ethnic violence, nothing less. And what kind of government forces let civilians take thousands of guns freely from their camps? They need guns to defend themselves, they said. The question is, who attacks and threatens the Imphal Valley? This you can see from the places where the fights and conflict took place, not in the valley where they claimed to have defended, but only in tribal areas. With a clear mind, who do you think attacks who? Number 4. Kooky militants. Should the word militants or terrorists be used? What do we call those peace-loving, merry-making Métis who looted thousands of arms from the police, claiming that they have to defend themselves? But from who? I'm not sure why they have to march to the foothills to tribal areas in order to defend themselves. I'm not sure how exactly burning villages, churches and killing every non-Métis on their path can be justified as self-defense. You cannot do what terrorists did and put the name and blame on someone else. Why call one community who are defending themselves with whatever they have a terrorist and justify the other community who are the very reason the former have to defend themselves? Also, I would like to add that if even a hen or a dog or even the lowly dung beetle knows how to defend themselves and their babies, never think for a second that a particular community here, the tribal communities, would sit idle and watch you burn their houses, their men killed and their women raped. One community attacks the other, forcing them to defend themselves. How can you call them terrorists when the attackers are celebrated greatly? Every story has two sides, so stop the blame game. If you dare not stand up for your actions, be brave enough not to do it. Number 5. The Meitei Liban leader, Mayangbon Pramod, in his recent interview with Karan Thapar, shows his true feelings for the tribal communities. He denied knowledge of one Meitei Congress MLA and about what the Arambai Tangles is all about, while claiming at the end of the interview that the Meiteis will be united soon. If three, not to mention others, great leaders in a society, one an MLA, the others are big social groups belonging to the same society, knows nothing about each other, then either they are lying or the unity they're talking about would still be a very far cry. It seems Pramod has nothing for the tribals but hatred. Towards the end of the interview, he threatened the tribals as well as the government, both central and state. What fruit do you think their movement would bear under such an incompetent and narrow-minded leader? Are his allegations not grave enough to be tried? Let's open our mind for the greater good. Time will tell, the truth will not be hidden forever. But one must defend the truth before it's too late. Do not believe in everything you hear and see on the internet. Stay safe and take care.